holds in one sentence: he was born, he thought, and he died. And all the rest is pure anecdote.
His mother's grave is profaned. His parents never read any of his books. He cries out, "Mommy, I'm scared," every night until she lets him sleep on a sofa near them. One side of his face is paralyzed for 3 weeks, leaving his eye open continuously, unblinking. His father composes his own death notice shortly before he dies of cancer. He is expelled from school because he is Jewish. He learns he was given a secret name, Eli, after the Jewish prophet Elijah that isn't on his birth certificate. He fails his first entrance exam to the university. He writes his first novel at age 15 about the theft of a diary and blackmail for its return. He pretends to learn Hebrew so as to read it without understanding it. He is arrested and thrown in prison for 24 hours in Prague for transporting drugs which the authorities plant on him. He receives a collect call from someone who identifies himself as Martini Heidegger. He declines an offer from Marguerite Derrida to play a part in one of her films. As an adolescent, he dreams of becoming a professional soccer player. He doesn't circumcise his sons, greatly upsetting his mother and father. He suffers from sleeplessness and nervous collapse from the overuse of sleeping tablets and amphetamines. His older brother lives only 7 days, dying just a year before he is born.
Classical philosophers usually avoid autobiography. It is because they think it's indecent. That is, a philosopher should not speak of himself as an empirical being. And this impoliteness, or this politeness, is philosophy itself, in principle. So if we want to break with this philosophical axiom, classical philosophical axiom, according to which a philosopher should not present himself or give into autobiography, then we have to be indecent to some extent.
We no longer consider the biography of a philosopher as a set of empirical accidents that leaves one with a name that would then itself be offered up to philosophical reading, the only kind of reading held to be philosophically legitimate. Neither readings of philosophical systems nor external empirical readings have ever in themselves questioned the dynamics of that borderline between the work and the life, between the system and the subject of the system. This borderline is neither active nor passive. It's neither outside nor inside. It is most especially not a thin line, an invisible or indivisible trait that lies between the philosophy on the one hand and the life of an author on the other.
Listening to you speak just elucidated your text just so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I just wanted to meet you now.
Thank you.
I read your novel, one of your novels here this summer. I just wanted to hear you speak so I could understand it better.
I started reading about negative theology and doing that discourse, and I was wondering if there was any connection between, you say it's a specifically Christian discourse, but I was wondering if there's any connection between that and say Hebrew Kabbalah and the
a number of connections, but it's not the same thing. Kabbalah is full of such gestures, God beyond being. But this doesn't mean that any particular path that goes along great theologians apply to Christian specific context, but it doesn't mean that there are not a number of.
You're very well known in the States for deconstruction. Can you talk a little bit about the origin of that idea?
Avant d'essayer de répondre à cette question, je voudrais faire une remarque préliminaire sur le caractère totalement artificiel de cette situation. Je ne sais pas qui regardera ce que nous sommes en train de filmer ou d'enregistrer, mais je voudrais souligner, au lieu de les effacer, ces conditions techniques. Ne pas feindre la naturalité là où elle n'existe pas. J'ai déjà commencé à répondre à votre question sur la déconstruction, parce qu'un des gestes de la déconstruction consiste en particulier à ne pas naturaliser, à ne pas faire comme si ce qui n'est pas naturel était naturel, comme si ce qui est conditionné par l'histoire, par la technique, par l'institution, par la société, était une donnée naturelle.
The very condition of a deconstruction may be at work in the work, within the system to be deconstructed. It may already be located there, already at work. Not at the center, but in an eccentric center, in a corner whose eccentricity assures the solid concentration of the system, participating in the construction of what it, at the same time, threatens to deconstruct. One might then be inclined to reach this conclusion. Deconstruction is not an operation that supervenes afterwards, from the outside, one fine day. It is always already at work in the work. Since the disruptive force of deconstruction is always already contained within the very architecture of the work, all one would finally have to do to be able to deconstruct, given this always already, is to do memory work. Yet since I want neither to accept or to reject a conclusion formulated in precisely these terms, let us leave this question suspended for the moment.
Alors, je vous dois quelques explications et même demandes d'autorisation au sujet de ce que vous voyez là à ma gauche, ce dispositif cinématographique. On prendra quelques images et j'espère que cela passera aussi inaperçu que les différents appareils d'enregistrement que nous avons appris à oublier. L'appareil d'enregistrement, notamment vidéo cinématographique, une question dans le séminaire sur le témoignage. À plusieurs reprises, lorsque nous avons traité notamment l'exemple de King Verdict, ceci est une machine institutionnellement californienne. Par exemple, traité du King Verdict, nous avons posé la question de ce qui se passait avec l'archive de témoignage. Et nous avons insisté sur le fait que, à la fois, le concept classique du témoignage excluait l'intervention d'un dispositif d'enregistrement. Donc, à titre expérimental, nous allons essayer de travailler un moment en présence de cette machine archivation. Agnès m'a appelé hier au sujet de notamment de la rencontre de Gâché. Ouais. Oui, oui. C'est pas mal, oui. Oui.